Hi everyone, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. In today's tutorial, I will be sharing with you guys on how to go about the drafting and cutting of this beautiful bustier with keyhole neckline. So if this sounds like something you're interested to learn, you want to keep on watching and let's get started.
Two souls colliding. We shared the pieces of ourselves.
So guys, I've already gone ahead to mark out my button allowance, which is 1 inch, and I have also gone ahead to draft out my basic line. So I have my shoulder line, my chest line, my bust point line, my under bust line, my waistline, and my top length. Now the next thing I want to do is to mark half of my shoulder measurement. I repeat the same thing at the chest line, then I will connect the line like so. After doing that, I will also achieve my armhole curve. Okay, so I'll just place my curve rule like this, then I will connect this way. So this is a turtle neckline. I will mark 2.5 inch for my neck width. If you have a very wide neck, you can mark 3 inch. Okay, so I'll also come down by 2.5 inch for the neck depth because it has a band. All right, so I mark 2.5 inch. Then I also come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. I'll use my ruler to connect to the neck width just like this. Now that I'm done with this, the next thing I want to do now is to mark half of my nipple to nipple at the bust point, the waistline, the top length, and at the chest line. Then I'll use my ruler to connect those dots to give me a straight line just like this. All right, so now that I'm done with this, next thing I want to do now is to achieve my normal dart intake. So at the waistline, I marked half inch on both sides. Then from the top length, I will come up by 2 inch. Then from that bust point, I will have to connect to the waistline. Then also from the 2 inch, I will connect to the waistline like so. This is a normal dart intake for basic bodies. So after connecting like so, you can see what I have here. The next thing I want to do now is to tighten the underballs. Okay, so to tighten my underballs, like to achieve the contour there, I'll just mark half inch on both sides. Okay, I marked half inch on both sides of the underballs. Now I will have to connect to the dart leg, but before I do that, I'll use my curve rule to connect from the bust point to the underballs first. Can you see? You can also achieve this using your free hand. Then once you are done using your curve like so, you use your stretch ruler to connect to the dart leg, just like you see me doing. Next, measure what you have from the shoulder to your chest line. So mine was 7.5 inch. Okay, I'll leave it like this. If you don't want your own yoke to be very down like that, you can just come up by 1 inch before going ahead to tighten your overbust. So for the overbust tightening, I marked half an inch on both sides of the chest line. Can you see? So the next thing I want to do now is to get the mid shoulder. Okay, you measure what you have there at the shoulder, then get the midpoint, connect to the chest line or the bust point, anyone. So the next thing I want to do now is to mark quarter of my bust measurement. I replaced that plus 1.5 inch for my seam allowance, or you can also mark 1 inch. Okay, so at the waistline, I mark quarter of my waist measurement, replace that plus your 1 inch or 1.5 inch for seam allowance. And at the top length, I marked quarter of my hip measurement. There is no dart there, so I did not replace any dart. I just added my 1 inch or 1.5 inch seam allowance. So I'll just go ahead and connect from that point to the waistline like this. Can you see? Once I'm through with that, next thing I want to do is to achieve my bust dart. So to get your bust dart, use the difference between your front half length and back half length. For example, my front half length is 15 inch, back half length is 13.5. So 15, I'll minus 13.5. I'll have 1.5 inch left. So I used 1.5 inch for my bust dart. So from that point, I connect to the bust point. Okay, so after doing that, the next thing you want to do now is to come down here at the chest line, and you can come down by like 1 inch. Okay, ensure the 1 inch gets to the zip the button allowance. And while I was making my curve, I tried to go up a little bit by half inch from the chest line, as you can see. So you have to connect your sweetheart neckline. All right, so the next thing I want to do again is to measure what I have from that point to the bust point. It was 2.5. I did the same thing here, then I had to connect. Okay, so this is for the front sweetheart neckline. For the keyhole neckline, to achieve that, what you want to do is to go up. You can see where I placed my tape, so from that point go up by 1 inch. Okay, then you make a curve. All right, you can see how I placed my curve rule. So go ahead, place it like this, then you connect from there to that point. So this will give you your keyhole neckline. You connect it to that point, as you can see, just exactly like I did. So this is where the button will be seated, as you can see. Next, come down from the waistline by 3 inch. Okay, from your waistline you come down by 3 inch, then you mark it. Then at the bottom part you go in by 1 inch. Place your tape, sorry, place your ruler, then connect a slant line to meet that point, just this way. Okay, so this is for the opening. Then from that same point you come down by 1 inch or half an inch. Then on the other side you go up by 1 inch again or half an inch. Go ahead and connect like so, then you extend it to that point, just this way. Can you see? So now that I'm done with this, the next thing I want to do again is to add some inches at the other side to give it that free shape. Okay, so what I did was to add extra 1.5 inch, because my pattern, you can see it's finished already. So I just mark 1.5 inch. So while doing yours, you should like add 2 inch. You can add 2 inch or you add 2.5 inch on that particular side. So once you do that, go ahead and connect from the waistline to that point. So this will give it the free curve effect. Okay, so now that I'm done, this is what I have here for the front pattern. You can see how beautiful this looks. So the next thing I want to do now is to go ahead and cut it out. So watch closely so you see how I'm cutting it.
Don't fight the fire. Too much too fast to burn us out. We walk the wire, love. Don't make me read your mind. I know it. Learn to trust, learn to trust. It's never enough, never enough. Burning me up, burning me up. I won't fall when I'm picking you up. With my hand, I won't be strong enough. Our love is stronger, and I'll be here. My lead, now we're taking the jump. My pride, 'cause I know you're the one. Our love is stronger. Baby, I know that it's stronger than yesterday.
So guys, after cutting, this is what I had. So I forgot to mention earlier that my pattern was not on a fold, but I had to go ahead and fold and cut out, so you see how it came out to look like. So this is the back of the dress. It has zipper. The button in front is just fancy, like it's for fancy sake, you get. So the back has zip. So this is the basic bodice for the back. I already marked the lines for it, and just like we did in front, I came down by 1 inch for shoulder slope, 2.5 inch for neck width, 1.5 inch for the back neck depth, as you can see. So you connect your round neckline and also achieve your armhole curve, just like you see me doing here. Okay, so now you can see I have already labeled the pattern. This is the chest line, this is the waistline, and my top length. So the next thing I did was to mark half of my nipple to nipple, then I'll rule out a straight line like so. Okay, next thing I want to do is to mark half inch on both sides of the waistline, and from the chest line I came down by 1 inch, and from the top length I also came up by 2 inch, just like we did in front. So I'll just go ahead and connect. This is my normal dart intake for the back. Can you see? So after I was done with this, next thing I want to do now is to impute my measurement. So I marked quarter of my bust measurement. There is no dart there, so I just added my seam allowance of, I told you to use 1 inch or 1.5 inch. So at the waistline I mark quarter of my waist measurement, replace the dart plus my 1 inch for my seam allowance. At the top length, I marked quarter of my hip measurement. There is no dart there, so I added just my 1 inch for seam allowance and extra 1.5 inch for the free curve effect we have at the hip. Okay, so I'll go ahead and connect to the waistline just like I did. The next thing I want to do again is to come down from the shoulder to my bust point. Okay, this is back pattern, but I want to also have a side dart. Let me just remove it because I don't want to have any fold at the back, at the side of the bust area for the back. You get? So from that shoulder, I came down by my bust point and also came down by 1.5 inch. So I'll just connect the side dart like so. This is a corporate dress, so you don't want to have any fold at the side, either back or front. So that's why I took out those 1.5 inch just like we did in front. And on that top length, I also came up by 1 inch. Then I will connect to the that leg just like this. So from that waistline, from the zipper allowance, I went in by 1/2 inch. Okay, at the waistline. Then I will just connect like so to avoid zip borders after sewing. So I'll just go ahead and cut out my pattern just like this. Okay, so now that I'm done, I'm going to close up this dart. All right, watch what I'm doing. I'll just close up the dart. It's either you close up the dart like so, then you transfer to your actual fabric. All right, or you can decide to cut out your dart line. That is half of your nipple to nipple. You can decide to just cut out from there. You can just stop at that point. Then you fold back your side dart again, just this way. You cut on your actual fabric. If you don't want to do that, you can just you know get the mid shoulder of your pattern. Then from there you connect to the bust point and you have them separate. You now have like two back piece. Okay, later you will add your stitching allowance and you join them together again. It will just give you your line, not like it's a dart, but just your line. You get? So this is what I meant. You can just decide to like cut it out like so. After cutting, you transfer to your actual fabric, adding your 1/2 inch for stitching allowance, and you will have a dart line. If you don't want to have a dart line, just fold your side dart, then you transfer to your actual fabric. Thank you for watching.